Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another kind of a crash your trash type of thing. We're going to be creating some belly bands with a center focus cluster. So I've made a lot of clusters. You guys know it's my passion. I see cluster work in everything, or cluster possibility in everything. It's also going to double though as some ephemera making for the journal that I'm making for the winner of the 1,500 subscriber giveaway. I've decided to call the journal Sweet Rose, and so here on out, that's how I'm going to refer to this journal. That is going to be going to my friend Evie, who was the winner. So I hope that Evie doesn't mind seeing these videos. I know she watches every video I do, but I really need to film as I create some of these things as well. So so there's a little bit of a, she's going to see a lot of it before she actually gets it, but I think she'll understand. So I realize that my camera is a little bit too far away, so let me just adjust here really quickly. And so what I've done is I've cut these belly bands to 8 1/4 by 2 1/4. And the reason why I did that is because I realized that my pages are not all 9 inches tall, because a lot of the papers that I use are digitals and they're not that big. So I am altering so that I don't have an issue with getting things going on here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead. These are the 3 that I'm focusing on today. I do have 5 more over there that I will continue to work on. I may speed up through the video and let you guys just kind of watch my creative process if you want to. If you don't, you can definitely hop off. But I'm going to start by going ahead and inking this stuff. But before I do that, I do have all of my bits. So I've got textile bits here. I realize that's a little off camera. I've got some specialty paper here, which this is some of that mixed media paper that I did where we threw it in a bucket, we splattered and did all that. So I've got some of those bits. This is like scrapbook paper scraps. And then this is vintage music and book pages and coffee dyed paper. That's usually how I sort all of those elements, just because it helps me to keep track of kind of the different variables. I have kind of a recipe that I use when I do these. So so let's get going. I will go ahead and speed through or cut out this inking for you so you don't have to watch that. There we go. So I did want to explain why I do this. So I believe that clusters should have a focal point. So this is just a scrap from a digital, and it's a rose, kind of a watercolor-ish looking rose. So I'm using that as the focal image on that cluster, and then I just took a piece of scrap, folded it in half so you can see the fold, but you won't when it's done. And I just cut it, like you did back in school, fold it in half and create and cut your heart. And then this one for this third one. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to set these bits aside just so that I don't, they're not in my way. And we're going to start with a base. We're going to keep it fairly kind of in this general area. So I'm just going to pull some bits here and see what we can make. Should have got my garbage can out here, but I like to start with a kind of a strong base piece here. So that's a little bit, well, it could go that way though. I don't want it any bigger than that. So I'm going to go ahead and layer this up a little bit, and then we will go ahead and ink everything. So let me just get some pieces. Actually, let's just do this kind of assembly line. It generally doesn't work very well for me, but I don't give up easily, so let's try it. Just generally getting a little bit of an idea of the kinds of papers that I want to use. Obviously, I will not be using all of these bits because we don't want it to be too, we don't want these things to be too big either. So I am just going to attempt to get this sort of laid out, and then we'll go from there. Let's get some book pages here. Obviously don't need anything that big. So I usually do book pages, music pages, and some textile stuff, and then and I'm usually good. So and then obviously lace and such. So let me get a little bit of this music paper. This is from a German music book from my stash. It's like from, oh gosh, what was this one? Well, this says 1609, but that's not the copyright, but it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So again, these are way big for the pieces, but I'm just trying to get a little bit down here so that we have a starting place. I sometimes struggle with the flow of these clusters because sometimes I'm overthinking it. So I've got some coffee dyed paper. I definitely want to get that in because it creates some contrast as well as a little bit of a different texture to our clusters, which I love. So just going to get that in there, and then we will grab the textile stuff as we go along. So as you can see, I have tons of stuff out that I never actually use all of it, but that's, you know, again, that's the nature of the process. So I do have this napkin. I thought I would maybe introduce some napkin into some of these. We'll see, especially these ones because the journal theme is roses. So yeah. Oops. These are just napkins from my stash. Okay, so let's get going assembling. I'm going to go ahead and ink up each of these. I'll ink and then we'll put it together, and then I'll move on to the next one, if that makes any sense. Actually, let's go ahead and just glue as we go because I may need to tear things down more, and that's kind of silly to do that ahead of time. So I feel like this is too small though. Let me grab another piece because I think I want it to be a little bit more square rather than so rectangular in size here, because it is the base. So does that make sense? I hope. Oh, that was a lot of ink. I did recently ink this pad, so it is juicy. There we go. I like that better. So let's go ahead and look at our lace too. See if there's anything we want to put down here as on the base of this. So just to create some interest. Oh, I love that. I love that. Let's do that. Trim that up. I may still put this down first. Yeah, nope, we're going to put the lace down first. I did get my Fabri-Tac all prepared. Hopefully it's going to behave. It's warm here again, so hoping that I can survive without the air conditioner while I film. It's so loud that it can be kind of disruptive on the video. Oh, let's pull that over and see if we can even that out. There we go. We can have it hanging over a bit. Not a whole lot though. There we go. Yeah, I like that peeking out, so that's perfect. Actually, I'm going to trim that a little bit because I want to see the top of that lace as well. I think the key to clusters is not overthinking what you're doing, which can be hard because we want to kind of design and plan, and I find that clusters work better if we don't try to plan at least too much. I mean, you have to kind of have a general idea of what you're going after, but not entirely. So again, using the Fabri-Tac because I am gluing on lace. So far so good. Look at that. Okay, let's see what else we have. Shall we have some of this sticking out? This is really thin, so it's a good element to add here because it's not going to bulk things up at all. Like, let's see. Whoops. Goodness gracious, let's try that other piece. Let's just get something else down here first. Maybe some of the coffee dyed paper. Kind of down here. Doesn't need to be that big. Because by trimming it down to only what's going to be visible or slightly bigger than what's going to be visible, it's going to help with the bulk. So let's see what we have here. Same with the coffee dyed page or the music page here. This is if I didn't mention it, I can't remember. It's a German book, which I'm drawn to for some reason. Well, I know the reason, but not something I talk about publicly. So let's see. Oh, we've got this. I thought a piece of this would be really pretty too. Just a little piece of this coffee dyed paper fabric. Goodness gracious. Because it's nice to get a little bit more textile stuff in here. Look at that. But I don't want to cover everything up. That's the tricky part. Let's hold on. Let's hold off on that. And we do also have this piece of that cool paper, which I actually think would be nice like that, but it's a little bit too pretty. So let's tear it, make it a little bit rougher. I like it to be not uniform and neat and tidy. There we go. Yeah, let's just do it. Open up our glitter glue here. Hopefully it's going to play nice. And let's just put that right here. And then we're going to get another piece of lace on here. We've got a scrap that we cut off, which these work great to kind of introduce as one of the layers on here. So we can do that and then get this music page on there. So again, don't overthink it, guys. Just do it. Because once I get in the flow of it, it goes really great, and it's always so beautiful. I'll watch my sticky fingers though. And then let's go ahead and get, I really want this rose to be in here somewhere. Let's see if I can tear this without ruining it. Let's get that on here, kind of in that corner. Yeah, like so. A lot of it's going to be covered up, but that's okay. Happens. We've got a piece of that and then a piece of that. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's use our Fabri-Tac though on this one. These always take longer than I think they will. So we might only do like 2 in real time. I might speed up in between just to kind of save time here. So we do also have this piece of vellum, which I love to use the vellum. So let's go ahead and see if we can introduce that as well. And then we need to put our focal image on, but we do need another piece of lace here. I tend to sort of stick with the same kind of lace on each cluster. You know, kind of repeat it just because I think it's really beautiful. That's too, it's not see-through enough. So I do have this piece as well. That's just kind of this, I don't know what you call this material, but it's a really, really wide lace, so it works well to do stuff like this. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Let's do that, and then we will put our, let's see if we want to do that. I almost don't want that vellum on this one, so let's go ahead and put this on. Probably need a paper towel though here, Cara-Renee. Where are they? Right there. Still fussing in the studio, moving things around from time to time, just getting everything in the order that I want them to be. So this one, I think was this focal image. I think was this circle. Should we go up there? Yeah, and then I forgot, you guys, I need words. You know I need my words. So let me get my little bin out and we'll do that together. This is just a scrap from a digital. It's a lace digital. And this is just a little, they're like crocheted roses is what the image looks like. Pardon my reach here. So let's see if we can find something that will go. Beauty in everything. I love it when it's the first one I pick. I'm going to trim this down a little bit though between those two words and ink it up. Let's trim that end off. It's sticking to everything. You know what though? We do need another piece of lace or something. Maybe. Maybe not. I always do that. It's kind of overkill sometimes. Let's just put it on. Let's just do it. It's getting warm in here, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave the air conditioner off. Beauty in everything. Oh, I love that. We're covering up some of those roses, but that's okay. So there is our first belly band cluster. Look at that. And then we can ink this stuff up. Well, it's not going to show because it's a belly band, so we don't even have to worry about that. I do kind of like to grunge up the edges of that lace just a little bit. So there is number 1. Let's move on to number 2. I am going to have to turn the air conditioner on though, guys. Hopefully it's not too terribly loud and distracting. So let's do the second one here, which I think was this rose, or this heart. Oh, I can't have the air on because it's blowing all my stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna have to suck it up. It's blowing all of my little papers around. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna speed through this one, guys. Okay guys, we're going to do one more real time after this one, and then we're going to be done. That got me through most of them. There's only one that I'm not going to do because this is a lot. I love this. Live passionately. Isn't that beautiful? I may have to cut that one though. It's all right. Super fun project. Love it. So get your scraps out, guys, and just play. You know, if you don't like it, what's the worst that can happen? You trash it, right? You're already using your trash, so because this is crash your trash, right? So let's put this around this beauty, this beautiful little girl. As you saw, I did change my image. Decided I wanted to go with something different than what I had selected. So, live passionately. Oh yes. Don't we all want to live passionately? Don't we all want to make a difference? You know, it's part of who we are. It's part of who we are. There we go. Okay, so let's do one more. I want to do this girl because it's a different kind of shape because it's a rectangle. So I think it'll be really, really pretty. Although that looks seriously crooked. Let's straighten that out. Well, maybe it's crooked. I don't know. It might be my eyes. So let's just do this last one really quick together, and then we'll say goodbye. Hopefully I'm coming up on an hour real time here, so hopefully my computer's not going to try to shut the video off. It's one of the reasons why I love using a webcam, guys, because I never have to really worry about the video stopping. Like my screen might go to sleep or something, but the video is still playing. So I love that. I love that. Yeah, I don't have to worry about it. So I think I want a piece of this. This is so pretty as our base. Actually, oh, this would be really pretty as a layer as well. So let's go ahead and tear some of this down. So I would highly suggest a webcam. If you want to know what I use, I'd be happy to link it. I've had a lot of people ask, especially when they see my studio tours and such. So my husband is going to be, as I mentioned before, he's going to be building custom shelves in the studio. So after he does that, I will be able to give you a video tour. I mean, a studio tour, rather. I've been doing one every year, kind of trying to anyway. Oh, this one would be pretty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Perfect. So I hope to do that after he gets all the shelving in. It's just in this one empty corner that's kind of to the left of me, behind me. And if you've seen any of the stuff on Facebook, I've been sharing photos of the studio. And it's really quite beautiful, and we've just got that concentrated space that I'm going to really try to utilize the wall space there in the corner for some storage that I can put out like bottles of things like my paints and stuff. So like my fluid acrylics, which is what I use a lot of, and my sprays and stuff, which you guys haven't seen me do that quite. You haven't seen me do that much. I hope to do that more in the future. explore a little bit more mixed media stuff with you. So that's beautiful. So let's get some papers on here. So I really like this, although it doesn't really look like it goes with that cream. So let me see if there's anything better that might be, like this one might be more pleasing. Sorry about my body being in the way here. Goodness gracious. Come on, Cara-Renee. So much for making neat little stacks of my scraps there. You ought to see it. Well, you can kind of see it now that I'm looking in the monitor. It's like disaster. Disaster. It's okay. We're just playing, right? Just creating. This gets cleaned up as soon as I'm done. I am not a messy crafter. I cannot leave my studio in disarray. Anytime I finish crafting, unless I'm just going to, you know, have a meal or something, I always clean up in between. So at night when I come in here, I shut the lights off and everything is beautiful and cleaned up. So let's get some book pages or music pages under here also, if we can. See if I've got something that will work there. Perfect. And I've got so many vintage books, guys. I decided I am not hoarding the originals anymore. Like, I'm never going to make digitals. That's not part of my plan. Even though a lot of my books are old enough that I could do that, I have no interest in doing that. So I am going to start using what I have and quit worrying about, oh, it's old, I should keep it, I should save it, you know, whatever. I'm not going to ever do anything with it, so what's the point? I'm going to keep this one a little bit simpler, I think, because I'm really liking this look already. So let's see what else we can get on here that would be pretty with our little girl here. Maybe a little bit of this pink would be nice. Let's give that a try. This paper is really thick though. It's a 65-pound paper, which does bulk up this whole dealio quite a bit. I think this would be nice. Bring out the pink and the roses. So we are just about done, guys. Thank you for stopping by as usual. You bless me by your presence. I hope that it inspires you. That's why I do this. I don't sell my work. I mean, even though I'm monetized now on YouTube, I could care less, honestly. Like, it's cool because it was like, it's an accomplishment, but at the same time, I'm not absorbed in it. Like, I think I've made like $40 and I've been monetized for like, I don't know, like 3 months or something like that. So it's not much, but it was more the accomplishment of it. I would love your feedback, guys. For those of you who watch my channel regularly, if you could give me some feedback on the ads. Are they irritating? I can't really watch them because I have YouTube Premium, so I don't see ads when I watch videos. So it's kind of hard for me to gauge that for my viewers. So if you guys can give me some feedback on that, that'd be epic. I'm gonna trim her down a little bit. She's a little bit big for this space, so just cut her down a bit. I was gentle. So we do need something else to go underneath there. So let's see if we've got another piece of that might be not too, I don't want to overdo it though, so I'm feeling like I just need to put her down, but it feels really plain. It feels really plain here. But that's okay, right? It's okay if it's not, yeah, I think I'm just going to put her on there. As you can see, I'm waffling. I think that's like a European word or something like that. People that say that word, waffle, I hear it a lot on videos that I watch, so you just saw me use it. I think it means like being unsure or kind of not knowing what you want to do. Oh, I think this would be pretty. This would be pretty. Just a little piece of this green sari silk. Except it's going to cover everything up. No. I think maybe we need something more neutral to go under her, otherwise we're gonna lose like that. That just that little bit helps her pop out of the background a little bit, which is kind of a principle in art, and a principle especially in mixed media, is using elements that complement each other, or make parts of it shine in a different way, and we can control that by how we lay things down. So that's just a piece of vellum there, and so you see how that makes her kind of pop off of the surface a little bit. I kind of want to move it over if I can. Let's move in the whole thing though. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So guys, we're just going to find a word for this girl, and then we're going to be done, and I will see you in the next video. I think the next one I'm going to do is some paper clips, not cluster paper clips or cluster related anything, but I showed in the flip through for the Beloved Beauty Journal these paper clips that I made some time ago, and I want to show you guys how I did that. So let's find a word for her, and then we will be done. She's pretty special though, so we might be a little bit more selective. Oh, stay hopeful. You know, almost always the first one that I find is the one that I love. Not always, but often. So anyway, give me feedback, guys, on what you know you're thinking. My viewership is down. I don't know if that's because I've not been here, and I haven't had as many videos and such. I don't know if it's the ads. I don't know if they're problematic, because if the ads are problematic and they put people off, I will not monetize, because that is not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to inspire you to share creativity, to spread the love. And so if the ads are causing people to not want to watch, then I want to know that. So please don't hesitate to let me know. I will not be offended. I appreciate any feedback that I get. It might have nothing to do with that at all. It might just be people and busy schedules and things like that. So it might be because I talk too much. I don't know. I would love to hear what you have to say though. So there is our last bookmark cluster. So thank you guys so much again for being here, and I will see you next time around. Take care. Bye-bye.